What's up, everybody? I know this is kind of strange coming to you from night, but I have something I've been wanting to show you guys how to use. I know that there are other videos online how to do this, but figured that I would give you my version of it. Not that it will be any different, just what I like to do. So tonight I would like to talk about the ambient lighting setup in the SQ5 and how to control it. So the ambient lighting will come from the footwell, and there's some slots on the doors and even in the back. So let's get to it and I'll show you how it works. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and power everything up. Gonna make a lot of weird beeping sounds, as everybody's aware of. And by the way, Happy New Year. Hope everybody is going to have a really good 2023. So when we get in here, we have, you can barely see it right now. I'm going to turn it up. There's a line kind of across where it says Quattro, and then there's some footwell lighting, and then there's some lighting. Again, can't really see it in the back, so this is pointing towards the back door. Now, over here on the side, you can control the ambient or the lighting of the car with this bottom. There you can see my finger kind of covering it. If I turn it, it will increase the actual brightness of everything in here. Not really much of the ambient, but all the other controls like the hard buttons and the steering wheel, that kind of stuff, you can see that'll raise and lower. So right now I'm going to keep it all the way down so that you can see what happens with the ambient lighting. So another thing I'm not 100% sure of, it might only be with Prestige models, but it might have trickled down to Premium Plus models, is how many different colors that you can change. With this one, I'm in a 2020 Prestige, and there are 30 different color options that I can choose from for this particular car. As I said, I'm not sure if it trickles down. Might be something you might have to dig through your menus here in a second just to see for yourself. But the way that we're going to access this stuff is we're going to be using the control pad here that's going to change everything on the screen so that we can dig into it. So right now we are on radio, or the satellite radio, and we're going to click the menu button, and it takes us to this. And then we're just going to use the jog wheel here, and we're going to turn it till it reaches vehicle, and then we're going to push down. This gets us to our drive select mode. Now from here, we have to get to the main options of the car, so we're going to be focusing on this piece right here. What that means is that you need to hit this portion on this wheel, because there's this side and there's this side, and then we'll look different, and we'll actually, it says it right there. So if I was needing to go do stuff on that side, I'd hit this button, but we need to go back that way. So I'm going to press this hash mark here, takes us back to the main menu, and then we're going to turn down to vehicle settings, and then we're going to go down a few more till we see interior lighting. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off this overhead so that you can see a little bit more what's going on with the color changing stuff. I'm going to start focusing the camera more in this section over here. So just know that when I tell you I'm controlling these, I'm using the jog wheel and the left or the right, and then pushing down to make selections with it. So just lock that in. So I'll have to keep saying that and keep swapping camera views. Okay, lights out. Before I get into the fixed camera position, I wanted to point a few of the things out. As you can see here, right now we have contour white selected, and you can see that there's a small little kind of arrow pointing to the left. This right here just means what the brightness level is of that preset. So you have a bunch of presets here. They're contour white, maritime blue, impulse red, and Audi drive select along with individual. So if you are fine with whatever defaults are, and maybe in your vehicle, maybe there are just default ones, that could be the case. Maybe you can't change colors. But that little hash mark is what I wanted to point out first off. So if we're on contour white and I push down on the jog wheel, it's going to take me to the lighting control. And right now you can see that I have it just 2 notches up from being completely off. So again, you probably can't see that, but that's completely off. And that's where we were. So now, just going up to half, you can see that it's increased a lot, and then we're going to go all the way bright. And so this is just the contour white selection of that. So right now, I use this wheel to control the off and brighter. So I'm just going to leave it set to brighter. Whenever you're done, just push down to lock it in place. Next, we'll just show you the different, next one's Maritime Blue. Again, it's all the way down. So this is going to be a blue color. So again, I'm going to press in and slowly increase the brightness. And that is all the way bright. This leads everything to be blue. Push down to lock it in. Next is Impulse Red. And slowly go white all the way over to peak brightness. That is as bright as that will go. Push down to lock it in. Next, we get to the individual setting. And right now, I think that I've got it turned to purple. So kind of the same thing we'll see is that the brightness is all the way over, but what we notice is that there's a little plus off to the right of that indicator. So what that means is that I'm going to push on this little hash mark that's to the right, and that's where I'm going to get into all the fun stuff. Under here we have a bunch of different settings. We've got footwell brightness, surface lighting brightness, line lighting brightness, surface lighting color, and line lighting color. So we can see that I've got the footwell brightness, surface lighting brightness, and line lighting brightness turned all the way to maximum, but it's still pretty dim. So the reason that is that, as you remember the other ones, we set the brightness. So if I hit the back button, which is just right there, it takes me back one menu, and you can see the individual, the line right there, or the little hash mark is all the way down. So let's push that, and we're going to increase the brightness. So now you can really see it. So this is purple on both the floor and on the surfaces. So now that we've got the brightness set, we're going to push down to lock it in place. Now, if we go back to and hit the right hash, and let's go ahead and start messing around and having some fun with these settings right here. Now, footwell brightness is pretty self-explanatory, but we'll show it to you. Footwell brightness, if I push down, it's going to, again, show you the indicator. It doesn't have as many hash marks, but right now it's completely bright. And so I'm going to turn it all the way left to off, and you can see that it just controls the footwell. So we'll go back to brighter, and I'll lock it in. Surface lighting. This is going to be your door panels. And right now we're all the way on bright, so we're going to slowly go down, and we're all the way off. So this controls all the door panels that are in the car, and we'll turn it back to bright. As you can see also, it is controlling the ones in the rear as well. So whatever you do to the front, it does to the rear. And let's lock it in place. And now we'll go to line lighting brightness, which I'm sure you can guess what that is. All the way bright, and we're just going to turn it all the way off. Now the one color that doesn't move is going to be the B&O sound system bar down there that always stays kind of that white look. That won't change. So we'll go ahead and turn it back up and lock it in place. So now we've got our surface lighting color. So when I get in here, I have a ton of options, from purple to blue to kind of an aqua blue into green, yellow, orange, red, and white. So if we kind of go through these, and this is actually enables you to change the surface color. So instead of purple, it's going to slowly turn blue into an aqua, into a green, yellow, orange, red, and just plain white. When you get it somewhere that you really like, again, just like everything, you push it in and it locks it in place. And if we go to the line lighting color, same dial. These are 30 different colors in here. They're all slight shades different than each other, but you can kind of fine tune it enough. So this is going to be the line lighting. As you can see, it's going to slowly start changing that line color. This is green, getting into yellow, orange, red, and white. Now everything is matching color-wise. This is all white, and then we push down to lock it in place. So what I like doing with this feature the most is setting it up for holidays, just to kind of get me in the spirit of stuff. So for instance, Christmas, I might go to the line lighting, or I'm sorry, the surface, and put that as green, and then I'll go to line and change that to red. So now it's kind of a Christmas theme. Or I might go purple in the door panel, and then like an orange for the line for Halloween. Yes, this is a purple. It shows up blue, but it is purple. But that's kind of where we are. And again, when you're done with everything, you just push down on the jog wheel and it locks that stuff into place. And so when you're ready to get out, you just hit the back button again down here, and it'll slowly kind of bring you back. So with the new year, always kind of impulse red is kind of my favorite. Just makes it look just overly aggressive inside of here. But I do like that I can change footwell colors and stuff like that. So instead of using the presets, I do find myself using the individual settings a little bit more, just because I can fine tune it. So I might use line lighting, I might set that to red, but then surface, I might change that to white. And so I'll kind of give I like the ability to be able to see if there's anything going on in the floorboard. Again, just all of this is personal preference on what you want to do with your stuff. It is your car, it is your setup. You do what you like. So anyways, always, if you guys enjoyed this kind of content, just leave me a like or subscribe to the channel, whatever. Shoot me a comment. Let me know if your car has the individual options like this. I'm just not sure fully which ones do. So that's why I'm, not fully commenting. So if you have these, if you wouldn't mind leaving the model and year, and maybe even the trim level of yours, just so that we can maybe start collecting and categorizing for future people who want to get into the SQ5, Q5, or just plain Audi platform, so we have an idea of, what actually goes on here. So as always, guys, I appreciate you so much, and thanks for all the information that you guys give me. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you want to. Post random things there as well. So until the next video, later.